In these challenging times, it's important to talk about choices. One way of doing so is to support organizations that bring vital issues and the people who are thinking about them to you. To keep these voices alive, won't you please consider making a donation to the Carnegie Council's annual fund? Your donation will directly support programs such as the video you are about to watch. It's easy. Visit carnegiecouncil.org and click on the button marked support. You'll be glad you did. Thank you.
Of all the emotions that exist, I mean, you have hatred, you have anger, you have love, name them. I have chosen 3 emotions because I thought these 3 emotions were key to an understanding of international politics. Because those 3 emotions, which are fear, humiliation, and hope, are each of them translating a certain relation with the concept of confidence. Hope is, I can make it. I will make it. I will show you that I can make it. And in fact, a little humiliation is excellent as an incitement for that kind of hope. And it is in Asia that I have seen hope the most in the last years. There has been, beyond the objective consequences of economic growth, a continent carried by that culture of hope. And I felt that in China, I felt that in India, I felt that, Mr. Ambassador, very, very strongly in your country, Singapore. Humiliation is just the opposite. I cannot make it. I will not make it. And if accompanied with anger or even hatred, humiliation can lead to, because I can't make it to your level, I will want to reduce you to my level. And this is where terrorism comes in. And it is in the Arab Muslim world that I have met the highest level of humiliation. An humiliation that is the result of the contrast between often an idealized past and a sad present. And in the culture of humiliation, there is no future. Then there is fear. Fear is, oh my God, the world has become such a dangerous place. Let me step down. Let me move away from it. It's going too quickly. And I can't control it. It's fear of the others. It's fear of the future. It's fear of losing one's identity. And I have tried in that book both to show to what an extent the fear culture has become the predominant culture of the West, but also to what an extent the European fear was different from the American fear. In fact, in the last 4 months, I have had the privilege of being a European living in America as a visiting professor at Harvard University. And I could see the differences that existed between my continent and yours. For example, in the United States, there is much, much more collective hope and much, much more individual fear than in Europe. Why more collective hope? I would say it's the encounter between the Obama phenomenon and the deep fundamental culture of the United States, which is one based on hope. The last 8 years were, in fact, a violation, a rejection. And to a large extent, you can say that the Americans that voted for Obama were animated by the fear of fear, by the fear of what fear has been doing to the United States. Well, at the same time, you have much more individual fear in the United States because you don't have a system social protection that is adequate. When you lose your job, you may lose your life because suddenly you won't be protected against your cancer. In Europe, it's just the reverse. There's much more morosity, and you can't decide to clown 27 Obama for each of the 27 members of the European Union. First, I don't think it would be practical. Second, I don't think it would be ideal. But at the same time, we have to come out of our deep morosity. And honestly, I don't know how we're going to do it. But there's also much less individual fear, precisely because our protection is higher. So these three cultures, humiliation, hope, and fear, are the three dominant colors, so to speak, of the world.